Hey guys, today we are back at Alton Towers for another Sunday, because I always typically go on a Sunday because it's nice and quiet. It looks like it's quite quiet to start off with, as well as the monorail. I've been informed that they've taken off the vinyls, so that's a much better move from Alton Towers, and I'm going to get you some nice updates around the park as well today. Especially because I've heard there's been some new stuff added. We haven't been back since last May, around May the 15th. So we're gonna have to get some nice updates. The Congo River Rapids are open back up. The mine train's opened back up as well. So we're gonna see how the day goes, because apparently it's only 35% on the crowned counter, so that's amazing. So we should have a lot of good rides, but it is quite a wet one apparently it's going to be today due to the weatherman on my phone. And at the moment we're just walking down to the Galactica entrance, we are, and we're going to wait until 9 o'clock and the gates will be open, and we're going to start off our ride with Nemesis. And I'm hoping it's only going to take about 5-10 minutes once we get on the ride. But next week we are staying at the Alton Towers Resort Hotel, so that's going to be amazing. It is, once we go there. And it's going to be a bad one for us because it's another heat wave coming in the UK, and it's going to be about 28-29 degrees. So we've always ended up messing up on booking these, because we always end up booking it on the most busiest days possible. But it is just a pot of the luck, I guess, at the end of the day. Because last time in Thorpe Park, we had our free fast track and we didn't even get to use it that much because all the rides kept closing. So I'm going to see you, and we're going to start by going on Nemesis, and we're going to queue up and see how it goes, and I'll take you along with me for the day. Day out with Galactica we decided to wait there at 9 o'clock because Nemesis was apparently going to be delayed today due to mechanical faults, but it seems to have opened on time today, surprisingly. And Galactica is running really nicely today. The air time on the back, not really air time, the nice feeling of the gush on the back was really good. They had smoke effects working as well. So it was an excellent ride today. And I've been on Toxicator today, and I have some good news about Toxicator. They've added 3 or 4 new cycles. A lot of them are due, it's ran off the time of the queue, saves the 5-minute queue, you'd get quite a long cycle, because with that new cycle I was on the 5-minute one, and it was, you had the 4 swings back and forth for those spinning around, and at the end you had another 4 swings, so it's running really good today. By the looks of it, the park's not looking too busy at the moment, but there's definitely a lot of people around compared to normal. So it's excellent today. So we're going to see what we do next. Due to, we haven't had a look at the queue times yet. Everything's running nicely. Staff are pumping out those rides really fast today. Better than the start of the season where a lot of the rides are on reduced capacity. But now everything's back to normal and at capacity on full trains, except Galactica's still running. 2 trains, 1 station, so not great still, but I wish it was on 2 stations. It would help with the output quite a lot, especially at the busier times we have today, because especially in the summer months where it can get a really long queue, because normally Galactica is the one that has the biggest queue due to flying coasters have a very, very slow output rate, because it takes the very long time to get them all the restraints checked and everything, because due to you have to make sure all the feet are locked in right. So on Galactica they have got a new board saying instructions of saying make sure you keep your feet back, so when the ride operators do check your feet they can get those rides out nice and fast. So we're now going to have a look and see what we do next, and I'll take you with me. We're just walking over to Nemesis to get on our second ride, my 3rd ride of the day. It seems like around the park it seems quite busy at the moment, especially since my crowd counter online said it was only going to be 35% today, but just a lot of the 2 rides are closed at the moment. Spinball and 13. They may have had a problem to start the day off with, so at the moment we're going to have a look and see how long Nemesis is on. Because the last time I just quickly looked, it said 15 minutes, so we're going to head over and have a look and see how long it's on. Over, and it is in fact on a 15-minute wait. So we're gonna have a look and see how long it takes us to get on. Because as we're walking up the queue, normally by the time you've walked through the queue, it's normally about 5-10 minutes, because the queue is quite a long one for Nemesis because of how they've laid it out. There is a lot of hills and stumps over here, as well as, especially with Nemesis, you do in fact get a nice view of the ride layout, and seeing the trains go by really does make the time fly quicker. Because a couple years ago, Nemesis had a retract to bring it back to life, because it was got to that age where it needed to be retracked. So I can inform you that this ride will not be going anywhere at the moment because of how people at this park and the love around the world do really love this ride. So we're going to catch you in a minute and see how long it does take us to get on this ride. Just came off Nemesis Reborn. Best, really good ride. Seems like they really have fixed the rattle on the back of the ride. Glad I found the rattle, it's not really there anymore on there. Had a row 2, bit of confusion in the station, no one dispatching you into the slots, or into the row should I say. So it's making a lot of confusion and delaying the throughput and dispatch due to the train not being full enough and people not understanding. So we really need to get back on that. Hopefully someone's just starting a bit late, like 11 o'clock or something, and they'll be back at it. And we ended up waiting about 10 minutes. Excellent ride, and all I can say is it's running really good again. Definitely the helix is really good, and everything that's about this ride, because John Wardley made this and it was one of the best ones he made. It's really good. Because they couldn't build below the tree line, they had to use TNT to blow up the ground. That's why it's so unique of a layout, because they had to work with what they got with. So it's an excellent ride. That is the main problem here at Alton Towers. You can't build above the tree line due to the locals, and they don't want to annoy the locals at the end of the day. So excellent it is. So I'm very pleased to say that we're back at Alton Towers, one of my favourite parks at the moment. La, 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 la. We're just walking towards the Alton Manor at Alton Towers. It first was the haunted house, then it was the haunted house strike back duel that had guns and interactive game. I didn't think it worked that well, but now I think it's one of the best rides they probably have here now, because the Curse of Alton Manor is an excellent ride. Used the same ride system and everything, so it's really good. But we are going to have a nice ride on it. It's only 11 o'clock, we've been on, it's been our 4th ride, so it's been a quite good ride so far. So I'll see you in a minute. Oh no, it's on a 5-minute queue it is, and it's running really fast because this ride is a nice high output ride.
Dolls, you know.
The smile pots in here today are running excellent, they are.
Right.
Get to your room, you wretched little creature!
just been on the cusp of Alton Manor. It's running excellent today. A lot of the effects are pumping in. The pre-show was excellent, it was, as well as a lot of the jump scares are in there, lighting effects, and all the models and props are jumping out, and it really did have a really good ride. As I said before, this ride has been enhanced, it has, from Jewel, the Haunted House Strikes Back, with ghosts, guns and stuff, and that sort of ride, I just don't think they work with that sort of theming. But where they've upgraded it, it's made the ride a lot more better experience. It's always going to have a short queue because it's quite a high output ride. When it is on a long queue, you know the park's really busy because it's such a good output of a ride. And there's only one downside about this ride today. The Tremel tunnel is still not working. It's been, I haven't been since like May the 15th, around then, and it's been over a month now pretty much. It still hasn't been working. They really need to go and get that fixed, they do. So I'm hoping that today, or some sort of today, we're gonna go and have a look at the Runaway Mine Train, because we haven't been on it this year, and I'm looking forward to having a nice good ride on it. I'm really excited, and we're gonna go have a look, and we're gonna hear the iconic choo choo, like everyone really does love that. So come with me and we're gonna choo choo over to Runaway Mine Train. This is the first time in 2026 us walking down this path, because they had it closed off when the rapids were getting worked on, because they now open in September. The rapids are now open and everything like that is now open, as well as that the runaway mine trains are now back open, and you can hear the choo-choo in the background, as well as the monorail. The vinyl windows have came off, and so you can, when you're having a nice time, you can see the roller coaster after having a busy day at the park, resting your legs and really enjoying laying back and watching those roller coasters go to sleep on the way back home. And it looks like today's a busy day for the rapids, because over here it looks like it's got quite a big queue. If you can see over here, lots of people waiting today. Shows how much people miss it. This is why we need it back full term, like every other park does in Europe. And they've upgraded painted these walls for this year. They look excellent. Definitely fits in with the explorer type theme, and it looks really good. As well as over here, they've got some theming over here, some new theming for 2026, because they've got like a windmill of some sort over here, and that's looking excellent again. Because over here looks like we've got a nice like windmills type thing, some boxes, and even the Land Rover over here, because it's looking excellent in here. It says do not climb on it. It's looking nice sound effects and everything. Today we're here at Battle Galleons, and it looks like it's reopened. That's amazing news. But they've got rid of the water cannons, and it's more like just a smoke effect and just a bit of a, and it just feels like there's not really much going on. There's not really much point of going on it. But the only downside is that if you're on the boat and someone that was waiting on the outskirts can pay £2 and squirt you for 5 times or 10 times for £2. So that's a bit of an interesting one, and I'll get you some up the close shots later when we get round there. Because at the moment we're heading towards the Smiler, and over there you see there's bubbles, smoke and all sorts. So it's a bit of a different experience, it is, compared to how it was last year. I think last year was definitely much better, because it feels a bit more interactive. Instead you just sat on a boat and not really much going on. So I think they've definitely ruined the experience this year. So I think there's something to do with the water guns are not working, or something along the lines of that. So what can we do, you know? the theme parks do like cockcusting, especially now. Now these attractions are open from May till September. Really, it's not really a long time. It's about 4 or 5 months it is to try and get on those water rides in the UK. Because now in Thorpe Park we got rid of Rumble Rapids, so we're gonna have to see what happens there next time, as well as it's looking like the rapids here are still staying for now, because they have done some maintenance on the lift hill and how it used to work. And it is looking like a nice summer's day next week, and I'm looking forward to coming here for 2 days. And over here, we're on the fields and it's looking very nice. It is, with all the ducks and seagulls around. It's looking amazing at the moment. Lots of ducks over here by the pond. And they still have got this golf thing happening over here. I don't know if it's still active to today, of like golf and balls and stuff, because it used to be quite a big thing when I first started coming as a theme park person and started coming around back in 2018 when I came like once a year. But now I come quite a lot, like every week we try to come to make the most of it and that. And over here we're heading towards X sector now, and it's looking quite busy around the benches areas where there's a lot of people taking their lunch and that. But as we're walking past Spinball Wizard, it looks like it's still closed. It has not opened since the day it started. Must be some fault with the ride or something. The same with 13, it's only just opened, it has. It's been closed for the whole day pretty much. It's about 12 o'clock I believe. Let me just check my mobile phone. And it is 12:37. We've got about 4.5 hours to get in the rest of our rides. So that's going to be good. And over here, we do have a nice bit of shaded area down by the forest, and it's such a nice walk down here it is. Sometimes you just want to have a nice slow walk down here. So it feels quite a nice walk at the moment. Because normally in the summer, you can normally tell that these places are really busy and packed, because you never really be able to get down here, because a lot of the people normally use the main pathway. So we're just heading towards the Smiler now. We've just got to X sector now, and we've just going to go on to the Smiler, and we have decided that we are going to use our Platinum Fast Track. That's one of the perks you get with having a Platinum Fast Track. It's one of the best perks. They give us 1 fast track per visit, so it's amazing it is, because it's on about a 40-minute queue, and it's probably going to take us about 5 minutes to get on. So that's going to be amazing, that is. But I do love the Smiler. It's one of those world record rides it is, because it's the first ride to ever have 14 inversions. It is. It's such a unique ride as well. It's a Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster, and some of the new trains have new harnesses from Gerstlauer, and they're quite nice. They're not as tight, they have a bit more movement on them, so it makes the ride a lot more enjoyable, it does. We're just heading down the fast track queue now. It's on the left side of the entrance it is, and you have to make sure you come down here, and it's not that bad of a walk, it isn't. And the good thing about at the moment is that the Smiler now has the mist effects back on, so that's even better. They're all working on getting these effects back. When you come down here, you have got ride access down here, single rider. Single rider is really good for when it has a long wait and you can split the group of them. And this is the one we're going down. I'm going to see you in a minute after we get off the ride. I'm hoping it's going to take about 5 minutes. We've just been on the Smiler. Excellent operations in there, except the baggage hold's closed because it's probably a quieter day than normal. It is running fabulous. They've got a lot of the effects working, the brushes working, the injections, some water mist blowing on your face. Really good. Had a front row and I really did enjoy it today. Haven't been here a little while. It's great to be back on one of our favourite rides at the theme parks. It's an excellent ride, can't beat it. The queue's only 45 minutes, so it's not really that bad at the moment. So, and next door we have Oblivion. Oblivion's only on about 15 minutes or so it's not really that bad either, to be fair with you today. So, what more can you want from today? And in a minute, we're going to head over to Oblivion and go on the world's first dive coaster, and it's manufactured by B&M, and it's a great ride, that one is. And I'm wondering if they still got the audio working up there. The last time I came, literally a couple of days before I came, they've added "Don't look down" at the top, so I was really pleased with that. So in a minute, I'm going to take you down the queue line, see how long it takes us. Because on the Smile it took about 5 minutes for our fast track, so it was excellent it was. With a single rider, it was longer than the main queue today, so that's probably not really worth doing on that queue today. Just about to get on to Oblivion, and it's looking like it's a 15-minute queue, so it's really good it is today. And on a lot of these rides they have got like a tint behind them now, like an orange tint, because the same with like the Smiler, it's got a yellow tint. And on the Nemesis it's got a bit of a tint as well. So that's really good, because this was I'm just walking down Oblivion, this was the first ever dive coaster ever made in the world. So that's really good, it's one of my favourite rides here. People think it's a bit too short, it's like a one-hit wonder sort of thing. It's only can do one magic trick and then it's over with. I do get that, to be fair with you. But this ride can be really, really good, it can, with like outputs, if they actually operate on a 2-station output. So that's amazing. This year, they have added back the Dark Lord, if you can see.
At the same time, adrenaline levels also rise, and the brain's chemical messengers go into overdrive.
So that's really good. They've added him back, they have, because I really did enjoy when he was there, because it builds up the anticipation of the ride and makes it really, really good. Because I think building up anticipation for a ride is really, really good, especially for people who haven't been on it before, because it's better for them to kind of have a bit of nervous going onto the ride. And for when they've been on it, they're like, wow, that's a good ride, and they want to go back on it again. So I really do enjoy that sort of feeling. And it's meant to take about 15 minutes, this queue. At the moment, I've been walking for about 3 minutes, and it seems like we're pretty much nearly already at the top. So it shouldn't be too long, hopefully. It will take about 15 minutes or less. It's always better to over-advertise than under-advertise, because if you under-advertise, it makes it like it's very unfair for the guests that are staying and paying for their money, because they really should never over-advertise, under-advertise. We've just got to the top bit here, just at the top of the Smiler, so we shouldn't be too long, it'll be about 10 minutes hopefully. Just been on Oblivion, excellent ride, operation's really good. I only waited about 10 minutes in the end instead of 15, but when I was waiting in the queue, there was an announcement saying it's 40 minutes long, so I definitely made the right call today going on it. It was an excellent ride, everything seems to be good. And it looks like around the park, all the rides have gone really quiet for some reason. because Wicker Man's only on 15 minutes. That's crazy. Because I've never seen Wicker Man that quiet before, so that's really good it is. It looks like they've definitely upped the operation since the start of the season. So we're going to take a nice walk over to Wicker Man and see what it's all about. See if it is actually on 15 minutes, and hopefully it is, because we're going to have a nice good old ride on it. We're just heading over to Wicker Man now. We're just about to enter the queue, we are. It's on about 25 minutes. It was on 15 minutes it was. By the time we walked over here, it looks like it's gained about 5-10 minutes. But now the queue, as we're walking into the queue, it looks like it's more like 40 minutes long by the looks of it. So it's quite a long queue today. So I guess a lot of people must have walked over. We've just been on Wicker Man. It is running excellent round those corners, whipping us round. Managed to bag ourselves for row 10. It was really good, whipping round those corners, flying us out our seat. Airtime, it was crazy and everything. But it seems the bag hold was running a bit slow today, it was, when you're getting off the ride, because it seems like they're more worried about getting people on the ride than off the ride, if that makes sense with the baggage hold. They're always really fast getting us on the ride with the bags, but when you walk around the corner and get off, it is a bit slow sometimes, but that's not to worry because you've been on your ride and you're just looking at going on your next ride, if that makes sense. So really good. Very happy with Wicker Man at the moment, running really good, even though it was advertised at a 25-minute queue, but when we got on there they had an announcement saying to be 35 minutes. We only ended up waiting 30 minutes, so I was really glad with that. I was no complaints there or anything, and all the rides at the moment are running about 25-30 minutes, so not bad at all in average. And to inform everyone, the Sky Ride is testing, so hopefully it'll be open within the next couple of weeks, especially towards summer where it gets really hot walking around here, and hopefully you'll be able to lay back a bit more and just have a bit of a relaxing time, hopefully, especially after a couple of years ago they had a multi-million. So we'll see where we go next. Over here, this is like the new version of Battle Galleons. It's a bit different, there's a lot more smoke and effects and stuff. So I like that they still have the water cannons, just no handle pump it through, but you can still pay for them to squirt people over here. At the moment, I'm just heading over to 13 and Rita because I've had some news that the 13 shops now reopened again. That's incredibly good. I like to see that they're getting more shops back open. Do you think we'll see the Oblivion one back open and the Galactica one in the future? This is great moves from Alton Towers. Love to see. Just let's see what's going to happen, because I really do hoping for the best for this park. After a negative end of the season last year, with a whole new rebrand and a lot of people getting let off due to budget cuts and stuff, lack of entertainment, lack of events. So I'm just hoping it just gets better this year. I'm hoping Scarefest will be amazing, and even the fireworks, because I enjoyed the fireworks last year because it was just so good. It's just one of those things, you just don't know what's going to happen at one of these places, because you never know what happens behind the scenes. Probably cost staff here thousands and thousands of pounds each week just to pay their staff, and to lay some off, it's pretty mind-boggling, just so they can make a bit of extra money, especially with entertainment. The only entertainment we have now is mainly in the CBeebies land, so it's quite sad to see, to be fair with you. But all we can hope is that we get some more entertainment, not just Scarefest, because it is starting to look like the entertainment at these modern parks are slowly disappearing. but I can inform you that the best entertainment I saw last year was definitely at Thorpe Park, with all their audience, like sword throwing. They had some amazing dancers, especially when they had the main guy, whatever his name was. I can't remember what his name was, or character, should I say, but that was really good as well. I'm just heading over to 13 because I'm looking forward to getting back on 13 and Rita. It's not one of my favourite rides to go on because I think it's quite a basic ride. I personally think the ride would be better advertised and stuff, or have a better image if, when they first announced the ride back then, they made it out that you had to sign a waiver to go on because of how scary it was, and they made it out like it's a big scary ride and stuff, but in fact it was only like an advertising gimmick, and it's really not that scary. Instead it was more as a family thriller sort of type ride. So what can you do at the end of the day? Because I'm looking forward to having a look down here as well, because down here we have got the old scare zone from last year, brand new for last year, should I say, Edge of the Forest, as well as not Edge of the Forest, I can't remember exactly what it was called. And then we have Edge of the Forest Scare Maze, and that Scare Maze was pretty good, to be fair with you. Good, that Scare Maze is pretty good. I felt like it got a bit repetitive because you went through one scene, same thing, and then you went through another scene, started getting a bit old and stuff started changing, and then you had like Groot come at you and scare you pretty much. So that was good. So over here, it looks like it still is going to be here for next year by the looks of it, because it looks like they've still got everything outside here ready for next year, for this year, should I say, in October. So let's have a look and see how things go. I'm just walking down now and we're going to see what happens. It looks like we've got some good news. The Skyride's testing to hopefully be back open soon, and they look like they've had a good wash. Can't see anything else really happen, but a lot of people don't normally enter down here at the bottom of the Dark Forest, because down the bottom end of Dark Forest we have got like a nice little picnic area for anyone to want to have their lunch and stuff, and over here we enter the bottom by 13, and this is when we're going to find out our good news. Time to see if the rumours are true. I obviously guess they were true. I saw a lot of pictures online. I want to see to what extent the shop's been bought back and what sort of stuff they've got in. See if they have any exclusive stuff to this year, or any like limited edition stuff to the shop as well. So let's go and have a look and see what it's all about. You exit the bottom of 13 and then you come in here and you have quite a lot of stuff by the looks of it. There doesn't seem to be much exclusive stuff to the shop because a lot of things are priced around £60, so it's not too bad. A cup's about £13, not £13, £15, but obviously you have your discount as well. They've got a lot of these new cups as well. They've got a bit of Rita stuff as well, so that's not too bad, the Rita stuff. It's about £12 as well, so it's looking quite good in here. In the shop they have got a small section for Rita as well, so that's looking quite nice as well. At least they've got some Rita stuff. These resins look quite good, but they're about £20 they are, so you can always get your annual discount, so it'll probably bring it down to about £18. They've even got some kid merch as well, even one where you can like change the pattern of it as well, so even better. And you've got like a little basic one. They're not too much, they're still, I think that's still quite expensive for a kid's one, £30. Thought they could go a bit cheaper for that. And this, I like the look of this one looks quite nice, it does. A 15-minute queue, so we're going to see how long it takes us to go now and see how quiet it's going to be. and on this ride you need to be 1.4 metres. So pretty average in the industry to be about 1.4 metres, and a lot of the other rides are 1.4 and 1.2 for the bigger rides here at Alton Towers. So it's looking good, it is, so far. The queue looks quite nice and quiet, and all I can say is this is an intimate launch coaster done by hydraulics, and at the moment hydraulics seems to be a bit of a dying breed due to they don't manufacture them anymore, and obviously they're struggling to get parts as well now, because a lot of them go for the S&M magnetic launches that are a bit more reliable as well. So I'll see you in a minute when I get off of here. I've just been on Rita. The launch is really good. It's really forceful today, whipping around those corners, bit of a headbanger, but that's okay. That's what I like about these rides. They're really nice and forceful. But as I said before, we don't know how long's really left on these hydraulic launch coasters due to the parts being hard to get now. Because last year, Rita was down for over like 3 or 4 months. So that was quite a long one, it was. So we're gonna have to see what happens next. Just gonna get you a shot of Rita now. Just heading over to 13 now. It's on a 45-minute queue. So what I'm going to do today is try a single rider queue. Typically they are meant to be a bit faster than normal queue, but you have no way of telling until you get to them, because like Hyperia's queue, it's really good, it is, because you don't end up waiting long at all really on Hyperia. What's another good one? The Smile is quite a good one, but that one's quite a hard one to judge by, because it normally builds up a bit too much normally. That's what typically happens. But what can I say? I'm looking forward to trying this, and if you're going to go and use a single rider queue for yourself, what you do is you walk down. It's on a 40-minute queue at the moment. What you do is you walk down and you go down here using the single rider, and then you carry on walking up the lane into like the sort of like fast track. You end up merging with fast track and single rider, but that can sometimes take a bit longer, especially on a really, really busy day, due to having a lot of fast track, but it can delay your trip to get into the fast track. So hopefully we'll see if they've made this better, because last time I came it was awful, it was, because they merged them both together. Hopefully they've fixed it and see what we can do from now. Because it looks like, by the looks of it, last time I came, I haven't used this single rider queue in a little while, is we're going to walk up it and have a look and judge it, see if it's actually worth going in the single rider queue today. So let's go and have a look and see how it is. But it says during busy times it can be longer than the main queue, so we're just going to have a little look and see what it's all about. But by the looks of it, it's not going to... I've just walked over there, because by the looks of it, it's not going to be worth it today. Your best bet's using the main queue, because on here it looks like that it's out of the station. So normally that's about 60 minutes. At the moment on a 40-minute queue. So what we end up doing is coming back later to come ride it, hopefully. So we're going to have a look at that, because now I feel like I want to go on Nemesis again. I feel, because around 3 o'clock I believe. Let me just go check the time. Yeah, it's 3:18, so that's not bad at all. So we're going to end up, we have about 2 hours left, we do, to make the most of our day. So we need to go have a look and see where we're going to go next. And on the way back through, we're going to end up probably cutting through the back way, just a little shortcut if you don't like battling the crowds in the Father Square, I believe it's called, because of a lot of food vendors are there and it gets really packed on a busy day. Your best bets is, if you can see over there, the 13's signs over there in the bushes. What you want to do is walk left, come up here, and you want to walk over to those green bins, and you want to come down this little lane down here, and that'll take you out and it'll pop you up just before the towers. So it'll save you about 5 or 6 minutes normally on a busy day trying to get through there. And it's excellent, it is. And you end up walking towards the back end of the gardens, but the gardens seems to be a bit closed. This back end of the garden does, because there's some fences, and over here it is closed off, but I think it's due to the groundworks and it's slippery and wet at the moment due to we've had a lot of rain recently. So that's unfortunate, it is, because the gardens are a very nice little slow gentle walk back either to her Forbidden Forest or Gloomy Woods or Exeter. So it really is nice, it is, down there, compared to a lot of these like Chessington and that. They're nice and easy to walk to and access that way, but I do find you never get a good view, because my favourite bit is having a nice walk around the gardens, especially on a busy hot day, as we found out. So we're going to head back to either Nemes or something, but we're not really sure at the moment. Everything's on about a 30-40 minute queue, but it is a Sunday at the end of the day. And if you wanted to head straight to the gardens, what you want to do is you see that storage container, the old Edge of the Forest from last year. You're going to walk is by the bin and turn in here, and that'll take you down towards the back of the gardens if you fancy a bit of a longer and relaxing sort of route instead on the main paths. So it's quite a nice little walk down there, and you can see fountains, some of the nice gardens down there, and some of the history down there, because they used to do history talks. I'm not 100% sure if they still do garden tours anymore, but I have been informed they are still doing behind the scenes tours here of Hex Legend of the Tower. And if you want to know some more history about the towers, I do recommend doing it, because I've seen a video on YouTube myself about it, so that's been quite good. And there is another way of getting there as well, if you fancy. We have the gardens down here, but I'll have to let you know it is 250 stairs. You head down there, take a left, and then you pretty much head straight from there as well. So that's quite a nice route as well for people that like to have a nice gentle walk, because the views you get are amazing down there. I really do enjoy it, because if you look through here, if I can get it, the fountains around is down there, but I don't think I'm going to get a good enough view down there. And so that's quite a nice walk for you guys. And there is in fact another walk you can take. If you look over here, if you see this path over here in a second, this will take you to Forbidden Forest as well. If you join at the top of the end of the garden down there, and if you head along that walkway, and it'll take you out at the bottom of here, and if you follow that path, that'll take you to the Forbidden Forest. That has quite a lot of steps for you as well, so that's not too bad of a one as well, because the towers from 2014 to 2018 invested £1.9 million into the gardens. That's a great number, it is, and I'd love to see it. You're looking for quite like a flat walk but a little bit through the gardens, I recommend you go down here, because that's quite a nice walk as well, because that's a lot flatter, and you go past a little pond with some ducks in, and you can feed them if you have I think it's £1 for the food, so that's quite a great piece of information as well. So I'd love to see that, and by the looks of it, that the fountain is on, so that's quite a great news to see. They're keeping that running, but that'll cost quite a lot of money, that will, to keep that water pumping. And it has been a great day so far today. We've had no power cuts because I got told by some people online they had a power cut for over an hour one week and all the roads was shut off. But obviously all the rides were stopped at a safe point and evacs they were, so that was quite good to see them still following protocol. They always have a protocol in place in case a situation like that always happens. So we're now going to have a look at the queue times in a minute and see where we're going to go next. I hope you enjoyed that little talk about the gardens and showing you some good routes to go to if you don't fancy going on the main path, as well as this little one here. This is a great little route. I believe this one here takes you behind the back of the towers and it takes you into a little bit of a path towards the mansion a bit and that, so that's quite a nice route, and towards the runaway mine train, so that's quite a nice little route for some people. And I really hope you enjoyed the little tips of how you can get through the park if you don't fancy walking on the main paths, because they can get really busy. So I'm just making sure I keep you some good tips and help you out along the way as I can, because I'm quite new to this and I'm just hoping to give you some tips and hopefully you can enjoy it. And I like to give some tips in all my vlogs, especially with walking, because at the moment I haven't got the sky ride working, so that's taking a little while for people to walk from one end to the other end. So we're going to have a look soon and see what sort of time it will be after our next ride, and then we'll go from there. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we do now. There does seem to be quite a lot of people compared to yesterday, I've noticed. And they have got some great deals as well at the moment. We've got donuts on deal, got hot dogs on deals. And normally around this time, they have got the Merlin Pass discount at the moment. I think it's about £50 per person's off at the moment. So that's brilliant. And 13 was running all right when I rode it a couple of weeks back off camera. I just haven't been on it today, just because it's quite a busy queue, because it is. And I'd rather get on some other rides. Haven't been on them for a little while. So we're going to see where we go on next and see what happens. So make sure you stay tuned for the next vlog. We're at the Alton Towers Hotel, as well as we are going to be going and possibly staying at the Roller Coaster restaurant. So we'll see what we're on next. I've just got off my final ride of the day. We managed to get 5 to 6 rides on Wickerman today. Excellent ride. Operations really good. But the re-ride situation didn't go really well. We waited for the last train of the day, but because there's a couple kids messing around in the pre-show room, I believe the guy on the operations cabin has decided not to do it due to behaviour problems in the queue line, by the looks of it, because they were pulling out stuff out of the queue line. They were like trying to push by and all sorts in there. So it hasn't been good for them point of view. So we're gonna have to see where we go from there next time. It's a bit like Hyperia at the same time. If people mess around in Hyperia queue line, they don't get their re-ride. Same here applies at Alton Towers. Your best day of getting re-rides are definitely an off-peak day, like a Monday or a Tuesday, so that's good. So we're just heading down towards Galactica to get ourselves home, and we prefer to exit that way because the route back is a lot smoother. The smoother it is, so it's a lot easier to get home and everything, especially with the lots of walks and homes on the way of the car park, so it just makes life a bit easier, it does. So that's good. And we're going to now exit through the Galactica portal, go home, and hopefully the traffic's not too bad. And it's been an excellent day. So what can I say? I'm looking forward to next week. I am. 1 week to go pretty much till we're back here, the 2 days we are, and we're gonna have a great old day. Gonna get you a vlog of the hotel and everything. It's about 5:20 now, and everything's just closing off for the day. And today has been one of the best days I've had at Alton Towers in a while. Please make sure you like and subscribe and comment what your favourite theme park is in the UK. And if you like my content, please make sure you give me a follow on TikTok and Instagram, because where you see some of my like little montages of theme park stuff and all that. So I'm hoping you enjoyed this one. I'll see you on the next one. We'll be here at Alton Towers again for our theme park hotel update at the Splash Landing Hotel.